Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to another amazing live. Whoa, this is great. All right, so I'm doing a sound check to know if you can hear me. So if you are joining on this live for the first time, type #1 to know if you can hear me and see me properly. All right, we are going to have an amazing time, an amazing section today. It's going to be awesome, I promise you. Today we are going to be handling one of the difficult topics that people face regarding real estate. Okay, so the topic is how to start and thrive in real estate marketing. How to start and thrive in real estate marketing. Okay, so I want to know if anybody is live, just kindly let me know from the comment section, right where you are watching me from. Okay, for some of you that know and some of you that don't know also, my name is Esther Jeff Anoze, and I'll be your host today. I'll be passing the message through which I have grown in this business, and I'm going to be sharing to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of you to share my journey and how far I have gone. Okay, great, Roy. You can hear me, right? And you can see me clearly, right? Great, amazing. Okay, so that being said, I've noticed also that one of the difficult things to do in life is to start something. That's one of the difficult things to do in life. It's okay to be at a normalcy. It's always okay to be at normalcy. Hello, Michael. Good to have you from Abuja. Good to have you here. It's always okay to be on a normal place. Nothing is bothering you. You're not bothering somebody. Nothing is bothering you. It's always okay. But whenever you decide to do something worthwhile, whenever you decide to do something with your life, something meaningful, it feels like the hell will be let loose over your head. That's how it always begins when you want to start something. Whatever it is you want to start, I promise you it's not going to be easy. But one of the most difficult things also is when you've started, when you've eventually started, the next thing becomes how do you sustain it? And that's why we are doing an amazing Realtors Boot Camp that is coming up on the 20th and the 21st of June 2025. This bootcamp is expected to help you start and scale, and not just in scaling, also to sustain in real estate, especially anyone who wants to do anything regarding real estate. Okay, so crisp clear, amazing. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. All right, so that being said, so I'm going to be hearing from us, for some of us that have joined or already in real estate. What was it like when you wanted to start real estate? How was the experience like? Was it easy? Was it difficult? Was it hard? Just maybe a short word, simple word to explain it in the comment section. I would like to hear. I would like to hear seriously, because I'm going to be sharing my journey with you, and I'm going to also help you share how it has shaped me, one, then it has also caused growth, magnificent growth in my life in this journey. And I've also noticed that whenever you want to start something, you have to be ready for growth. All right, because that normalcy stage, you can't achieve so much with it. Yes, you can't achieve so much if you want to do anything regarding anything worthwhile. All right, but if you want to grow in anything, you should be ready for growth. Hello, Priscilla. Good to have you, Priscilla, joining from Abuja. Welcome, Priscilla. Good to have you here. All right, so my story is just a brief one. I'm going to cut it short. All right, most people will be like, oh, you started real estate because you have someone who is my mentor already there and who also happens to be my husband. All right, so people will be like, oh, it's easy for you. You had it all up together and you started and it was just easy for you. Maybe in the first 3 months that you said, oh, you started, you made your first sale. But when I was thinking about it properly, it didn't just make sense, because you can live in a house with a pastor, or you can live in a house with a man of God, somebody who is spiritual, and you'll still not be spiritual. All right. All right. Hello, Mr. Jeff. Glad to have you here. All right. So it's okay for you to say, oh, you had an advantage, but it still depends on the person who wants to grow. All right. So a perfect example could be also Jesus when he was here on earth. People could have been around him, but will still not get a blessing. That's why the Bible said that at a point he couldn't do so many miracles in his own home. All right. So I needed to say that I got that understanding when I was studying, because it's not just that, oh, I had Mr. Jeff Anozie with me. That's why I also am scaling in this business. I realized that's not the whole truth. The whole truth is that personally, I decided to grow. Personally, I decided to take the bull by the horn. Okay. That also means that you can have somebody doing so well around you. You can have somebody doing so well financially all round. Meanwhile, you are not. All right. I've always heard this, that wealth is not sexually transmitted. That's one part. But it's not also physically transmitted. You have to decide to grow for that growth to make sense. All right. That being said, that's how I started real estate, and I decided to put in my best. Did I have challenges? Absolutely. Of course, who doesn't? If you want to start anything meaningful, like I said earlier on, you must have challenges. But it depends on you to allow the challenges help you grow, or to allow the challenges make you not to achieve anything worthwhile. So when I started, I had a lot of excuses. Like I would always say, going through the easy way out is always something everybody wants to go through. All right. Remember, we're talking about how to start and thrive in real estate marketing. So personally, I wanted to take the easy way out, because I mean, I had things to do. I had a lot of responsibilities. Also, bearing in mind that I'm a wife and a mom of two. All right. So how can I do this thing and effortlessly scale in it? That was what I was more concerned about. All right. And if someone always pushes you to do something, it takes a lot for the person to push you one. Then it gets to a point where you, who is being pushed, will realize that, don't push me again, I'm done, don't push me. All right. But in my case, I wanted this. So the push I would get is me seeing people around me. I had people around me doing stuff for themselves. And it's now dependent on me to start it up and quit all the excuses and go get what I want. All right. So that's a brief summary of how I started real estate. So anybody, Toby, good to have you, Toby. Hello, Chukwemeka, good to have you too. Ideal Properties, good to have you here. Thank you guys for joining. All right. So we are talking about how to start and thrive in real estate marketing. Real estate marketing. Real estate is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful business. It's something that you can use to grow your financial economy. One, then you can also use it and add value to your life and to the lives of people who are coming in contact with you. So it's not just something you should wake up and be like, oh, I want to do real estate, get commissions and slam the door. No, something you should decide that I want to add value to people, because this is a commodity that people are looking out for. They just need somebody who is genuine, somebody who is visible, so that they can connect to the person and get their needs sorted out. All right. So it's something that you can actually stand and scale on. All right. So the first question that I'm going to talk about is, how much of this do you want? How much of real estate do you want? Okay. The reason for this question is that some people want to do it for the short term, or some people just want to check how it is. Hello, Chukwemeka. You're saying, I'm just beginning. My fear is how and where in the world can I break through in real estate? Oh, great. I'm going to come to that. All right. I'm going to come to this. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to say is that, how much of real estate do you want? You want to do it full time? Do you want all part of you to be involved in it? Or you have, at the back of your mind, you have something else. You have plan B. Yes, that's the word. Do you have plan B? All right. Do you have something else like, oh, if this doesn't work, then I'll fall back to this? Those kind of thoughts will make you not to put in your best in it. So imagine if this is all that you got, is the way you are following through real estate, the way you are following now. You understand? So you have to put in your best. Like, you know how people be like, oh, spread your eggs in different baskets. In this case, put all the eggs in one basket. Put all the eggs, all right? Do all you can, endeavor that it works, and make sure that you put all your energy, your time, your resources, and endeavor that it works. And I bet you it either works or it works. All right, it's proven. It either works or it works. All right, even if it doesn't work at the first time, there's another way that you can always tweak it and it will eventually work. All right, so that is what we are going to be sharing today. So find out if you are in this business for the long term, or you are just here to check if it's going to work. So maybe you are just copying on one job somewhere that will click and boom, you leave. You won't settle down to check and to learn and to grow. That's what will always happen to you. All right, glad to have us here again. All right, Jacinta, glad to have you here. All right, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is we also understand that foundation is key in everything we are doing. It's, for example, somebody who, a medical doctor who we call medical doctor. So the reason why he or she is called a medical doctor is because the person would have passed through school, gone through housemanship, gone for service and all that, then take so many professional exams, and now is certified a medical doctor. So there are processes for you to become a medical doctor. That's why maybe you are going to the hospital to see somebody, and they just direct you, oh, look at this person, you have to see this doctor. You literally sit down and listen, right? Okay, so in this case now, regarding real estate, that's how it's supposed to be. So, for example, some people, when they want to join medical school, they started from year one. In fact, you started from SS1. You started doing science subjects, right? You wrote your papers, physics, chemistry, biology, wrote your WAEC, passed, then wrote JAM. If you want to study medicine, you won't go and write government, all right, or literature. No, there are courses you write for you to pass medicine. Then eventually they will give you, oh, I've gotten admission and all that, right? That's how it goes in the secular world, and that's how it also goes in real estate business. In fact, every business you want to do in life, there are processes to it. Okay, if you go through the process, you'll be amazed at how much of knowledge you build throughout the process. All right, so now the person graduates and becomes a certified medical doctor. So, but now, as a real estate, you are a realtor or a real estate agent or someone who wants to do real estate business. Why is it that you don't want to sit down and study and learn? Okay, some people think, oh, I have somebody and I can bring the person and the person come and buy land. It doesn't just happen that way. All right, if you have a lot of knowledge, foundation knowledge, all right, that is at your tips, you understand it, it will be easy for you to know where a client or somebody who came talk to you about a property, you'll be able to school the person because you are certified, because you already gone through the school, you've passed your exams, and now you can be able to tell somebody, oh, this is good, this is not good, this is fair, this is not fair, this is the reason why you should go with this, and this is the reason why you shouldn't go with this. All those things comes from wealth of experiences. All right, so for me, I also started watching videos. I also paid for realtor school. At the point where I paid for that realtor school, my husband was wondering, why did you pay for it? I said, I wanted to go through the school, right? Because personally, I'm a process kind of person. I always do processing, right? So I paid for the school. I watched him. I watched all his videos and all that. So it's necessary that you are willing to learn. There's nothing that you want to start today and you just want to jump into it. The way you jump in, that's how you jump out. Because you get to a point where you start feeling like this is not giving me what I want. And the next thing that comes to your mind is to exit. All right. So we hope that you don't get to that point. And that being said, remember, this is just a basic class that we are doing. And for all the weekends, all through the Realtors Bootcamp on the 20th and the 21st, the 20th and the 21st of June, we're going to be having weekend trainings, all right, to give you a teaser of what this training is going to be. If you've not registered yet for the training, what are you waiting for? Because it's necessary that it's a platform for you to go. I remember vividly that Realtors Bootcamp 1.0 was it for me. I even saw some of the videos on my phone today as I was scrolling. I'm like, whoa, see me here. Then I just attended because I I needed to grow. I needed to learn. All right. So I had some videos I saw today whilst in the training. So Realtors Bootcamp is that training that will give you a balance for you to kickstart your real estate business. All right. And also, if you've started but you're not making sales as it should be, then scaling is what you need, because it's different that you've done something maybe 1 year, 2 years, and you're not seeing the results you are expected to see. Then there's something maybe you're not doing right, and that's where scaling comes from. You should be able to have mastered the art so that you can be able to comfortably teach the next person. So if you've also not gathered that you've been in real estate for 1 year, 2 years, maybe you make sales once in 3 months or once in 4 months, all right, it's not coming like you want it to be, then there's something also you're missing. And that's why Realtors Bootcamp is something you shouldn't miss. All right. So that being said, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is okay. How the okay. Mr. Roy, please can you drop the links for on how to register? Please, if I'm making sense or you're getting what I'm saying, please can you let me know in the comment section? Let me also know that my message or my thought is being passed out properly. All right. If what I'm saying is resonating with what you're hearing, please kindly let me know also in the comment section. All right. Because I also understand that sometimes teaching is one thing, right? Teaching is one thing and understanding is another. All right. Sometimes people are so smart, so smart, but the way to pass this message across for someone else to learn is another game changer, right? Okay, thank you, Priscilla. Oh, great. Right on, Ma. Thank you very much. Okay, that's great. Right. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is knowing your why. All right. This is one of the things that also helped me greatly. Because if you don't know your why, you will start, and like I said, excuses, challenges will make you fall out. All right. Right on. Okay, great. Challenges of life, because challenges are here to stay. It will make you fall out, right? Sometimes you see people start real estate. I've seen people like that. Eventually, something happens. Maybe they don't make a sale for 3, 4 months, 6 months. They'll give up and be like, "This is not me. This is not for me. It's for some people." All right. Meanwhile, have you sat down to know why? All right. So one of the things that will help you know your why is, what is something that you achieve and you'll be so proud of yourself? What is something that you see that you've gotten for yourself? You'll be so proud. All right. This question did it for me. This particular question did it literally for me. Because sometimes if we don't know your why, personally, somebody outside would have said, why are you even pushing hard like this? You have everything you need, right? Which I do. So why are you pushing? Why are you doing the extra? So if you don't know your why, somebody might give you something, maybe say 1 million or so. You just go and relax. You relax. You don't want pressure again. But there's something you can get, there's something you can pick up in this journey that will make you understand that if I have this, for example, let me give practical example so you understand what I'm saying. For example, some people say that if I have a wealth, maybe I want to buy a beautiful hair for women, beautiful hair that costs 500,000. I can literally go and buy it without coughing, without calling somebody. This is the need, right? Then you can also have a stronger why where you be like, oh, I want to eventually, if I get married tomorrow, I want my kids to go to certain Ivy League schools. or I want to have so a comfortable life that everything I need, I have it at my disposal. So that is where vision board also comes in. That's another topic on its own. All right. So these are strong whys that if you hold on to it, and because you visualized it, because you've seen it, like you literally have felt it, it will help you that even when you feel like not showing up the next day, this why will push you out of your bed. All right. There's also something that I've noticed keeps people at a particular spot. Okay. And what is that? Their mindset. All right. Mindset is king. Like, mindset is everything. Some people have grown in such a way that they grew up in a place that nobody believed in them. They grew up in such a place that they have never done something by their own selves. Like, they never did anything. Okay. So those are challenges that have fought in your mind, that if you don't deal with it, anything you want to do, you always find it difficult to scale or pull through. So mindset is one of the things that Mr. Jeff Anozie always teaches, and the way he teaches it is mind blowing. And it's one of the topics he will also be teaching in the Realtors Bootcamp 2.0. Sometimes it's like the mindset is the foundation. If the mindset is right, it's just a matter of time. Everything will click if the mindset is right. And that's not what I'm talking about today, right? Because I've also noticed that it's one of the challenges of people. You see someone have a whack mindset. So even if you see a client today, you want the client to give you money now before you go for any inspection, because you believe that no other money will come to you. All right. So you live in a kind of relationship that before I give something, I have to collect. So this could be as a result of where you grew up from. All right. It could be as a result of what you've heard or the environment you've lived in. Do you understand? How many of you can relate to what I'm saying? There are some people that they can't let go of anything that belongs to them if they're not getting anything in return. All right. And this mindset, it can be so strong. The Bible calls it stronghold, that it keeps you at a particular spot in your life that you don't get ahead with. So, but if you learn to deal with that, know that the first thing in dealing with it is know that this is a bad one. All right. It's something that I need to deal with. That's the first thing. Then the rest is history, because you always be on the move or in the watch when those kind of symptoms come. You always be on the watch around it. So know your why. The next one is mentorship. Learn the basics. All right. You have to have a quest to know. Always have a quest to know. All right. What are the things you listen to? What are the things you watch? All right. You see, oh, I want to do real estate, I want to sell land, but check through your day. What is something about real estate that you've done throughout the day? All right. And one of the amazing topics that Ms. Jacinta will be handling also is the daily habits of a winning realtor. All right. Because if it's like at the end of the month, I'm waiting for something, but all through the days of the month, you didn't do anything to wait to get that thing you're looking for at the end of the month. So there are things that you have to do daily for you to become that success you're looking for, or for you to become a winning realtor. Or even if you're not doing real estate, anything you're doing, you have to, there are activities in a day that amounts you to achieving what you want at the end of the month. Okay, so daily habits also helps. So what are the things you listen to? Who do you study? All right, even if you've studied, do you put it into practice? Do you try your best? All right, I was in a meeting today and someone asked a question, how do I break free from being camera shy? I always back out when I have an opportunity to come and share what I do. She was asking it as a question, and the person responding said that most people are like that. So if you notice that, hey, I am always camera shy, I don't know why, but maybe you feel like it's looking like my face is big, or my eye is not okay, or my nose, there's always something that you see negative or you see that is not right. Okay, and that will make you not to bring your face out. All right, you are following, great. So those things will limits you. So imagine, oh, now I know that I am afraid of the camera. I'm afraid of the spotlight. What can I do to get rid of this? This is a challenge. Now you are aware of a challenge. Like I said, awareness is the first step. If you are aware, it's first. Then you have to intentionally work on the challenge in this case so that you can get rid of it. If you don't, the challenge will still be there. So being aware is first step. Then what is the next thing you have to do? Intentionally work on it to let go of it. All right. How many of us are following so far? All right. Let me know in the comment section. Great, great. Let me know in the comment section that we're following so far. All right. So like I said, the second one is learn. You have to. You have to. You don't get to a point and say, I'm tired of learning. That's why so many people pay for heavy trainings. They're wondering, why are you always going for trainings? This is the reason. You don't get to a point and say that I've known it all. You don't get to a point. There's always something new to learn. All right. So that being said, the next one is choose what to start with. All right. Choose what to start with. Personally, what happened with me is that I knew because when I started, I knew that 10 million feels so big for me. It felt so huge for me when I started. All right. In fact, it was real estate that gave me my first 1 million. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was so it was so like a movie. 1 million together. It was real estate. But when I started, I didn't see myself going to sell a 10 million naira land. Sincerely, what I saw myself selling was a 1 million naira land. I started with it. But I got to a point, I'd be like, I think I've outgrown it. And now moved it further. All right. So that's how I kept moving. So start with what you are comfortable with, then go with it. Because sometimes when people like trainers, people come to teach, they teach from the basis of their experiences. And maybe a novice or someone who doesn't know so much will not be imagining, oh, how can I start doing what this person up there is doing? So it becomes a challenge. So at the end of trainings, people get to feel more confused than they came, because the people who train are talking from the experiences of what they are feeling at the time. So for you on the part where you are just starting out, you will feel that it's too much. How can I even get a sharp camera? How can I get a tripod? I don't even have a mic. Excuses. But imagine I'm just telling you that start with what you have. All right. Even if the phone is not so clear, carry the phone and look for sunlight. You understand? Even if you don't have a mic, find a way and say what you have to say. Then erase the sound or the noise from the editing app. Right? That is the point of starting with what you have. Eventually you get all the gadgets together. Eventually you have a powerful mic, a powerful phone, and all that. But you have to start with what you have. All right. You see, that story will always amaze me till tomorrow. She said that the phone she was using at the first time she made her first sale, it was not clear. All right. People were fighting in her background. All right. And so many things were happening in her life. But one of the things that stood out for her, or maybe some people call it luck, and some people call it grace, whatever it is you want to call it, is that she took out the phone the way it is and came out and started talking. All right. Even if you feel like your mouth or your eyes is looking somehow, it's just you actually. It's you that is seeing yourself that way. Trust me, we don't get to see all those things. We don't. Sometimes people resonate with you when they've seen growth. They've seen that this lady started here. Look at where she is. Do you understand? You don't want to, oh, I have it all, then I'll appear from the blues. Some people are not like, we want to know where you started from. All right. So please start with what you have. The next one is Kelvin. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The fire emoji is great. That's encouraging. Let me know that I'm not talking to myself. It's amazing. Thank you for the fire emojis. Great. The next one is, okay, this one is just for mentorship. All right. Find and align yourself with a reputable company. What I've seen with growth is sometimes people are externally motivated, other people are internally motivated. So if you stay around people who are doing the same thing with you, all right, it has a way of pushing you to do more. Sometimes if you decide to stay at home and think that you want to do this, I want to shoot a video, I want to go to a site, and you're always in your house, you won't be motivated. In fact, you have more reasons not to come out of your house. But imagine you have a community of people who look out for you, all right, tell you about something, then you have to now show up. Then if you have questions or how to do it, then you see people doing it, to be motivated to start. I remember when I started also, the first inspections or allocations I went to, people will be talking, they'll carry their phone and be saying, papa, 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 they'll be talking. Me, I'll take my phone. I won't know what to say. Like I'll just looking. So eventually what I'll do is I'll now do a video, then later on I'll voice over. All right. So but recently I can pick up my phone and just do maybe 2 minutes straight without cutting. Do you understand? So coming around people who do the same thing that you want to do and have the results will push you. You push you literally. You will now get to see how they do it. You get to see how it's done. All right. It's okay to always start from wherever you are, but the aim is not to remain that way. All right. So remember, we have the link in the comment section on how to register for Realtors Bootcamp 2.0. All right. And this link, this Realtors Bootcamp, I promise that is something that will bring a shift in somebody's mind. What I mean is that sometimes, like I said, when I started, training was it for me. All right. So this one is more intentional. Want people to literally grow. It's one thing to, like I said, have an event, and another thing for you to ensure that the people that came for the event at least move from 1.1 to point 2. That's another game changer. All right. So that is what Realtors Bootcamp 2.0 is going to help us achieve. All right. So if you've not registered so far, the link will be in the comment section. Right, click on it and register, or there will be a number on the comment section too. You can call the number to get all the details you want regarding the bootcamp training. Right. Then the next thing is building credibility and trust. Okay, I think I have to run now. I have a few more minutes to go. Credibility means, like I said, sometimes the mindset you grew up with means that, oh, you can do things the way you want to do it. All right. You just wake up and show up anyhow. All right. You don't allow your words are what you are saying is different from what you're saying today is different from what you're saying tomorrow. Your words are not aligned. So you are not credible. That's the word. But in this case, you have to learn the act of being credible, because people do businesses with, like we know, people they know, like, and trust. So for someone to have built trust with you, that means that somebody, you've said something consistently over a period of time, and it's the same. Okay, so if you're that kind of person that wants to maybe say something that is not what it's supposed to be, you pursue people off you, out of your life, right? Because sometimes some technical people will ask you something, all right, and they'll ask you in another form next tomorrow. They'll be asking you one question every day, and they want to know that if your words are the same, what you told them on Monday, is it the same thing that you are saying the next day? Okay, so you have to build that trust. Even if you don't understand the question, you always have a community of people who will help you give you the right answers you need. All right, that's the next one. Then the next one is for you to be consistent. We've always heard, oh, be consistent, show up, do what you have to do, and all that. It's all good. Whenever we hear things like that, it's amazing. It sounds too good, all right? But imagine someone showing up for 6 good months and nothing happened. Do you get it? Like somebody consistently showing up for 6 good months, all right? The person kept getting calls, but no sale. So what then happens? All right. The point here is that, remember when I started, I talked about the foundation. Sometimes there are a lot of things that you have to purge yourself of. There are some things that, some ideologies, some belief system that you have that you didn't know is there. But the process of showing up will help you let go of those ideologies. Because imagine getting to a point, and because you didn't deal with those things, you keep losing clients. You keep doing the wrong things over and over again. I don't even know what you are doing. You understand? So it's necessary that Consistency is good. In fact, at the period of consistency, it builds you. It builds you to become someone who can attract any form of money you are looking out for, or any type of clients that you are looking for. There's something that comes with consistency, right? Then there's a point where you get to, you now scale in that consistency. Then it now becomes a part of impact. You want to impact people, you want to add value, right? You now get to a point where you have to teach people about real estate investment. These things are in levels. They're in levels. It's not something like you start today and you start experiencing today. So that's why it's necessary that growth is something you look out for. Growth is something you should look out for in anything you want to do, right? Unless you want to be a normal person, a normal human that just wants to eat, sleep, and go to the toilet. That's what you want to do all your life. Fine, that's okay. But if you want to do extra, if you want to go over and above, then you have to embrace growth. Embrace growth. All right. So that being said, to register. All right. Can you kindly post it on the comment section? All right, Kevin. Okay, good to have you, Kevin. All right. Oh, I can't do that too. All right, so now I'm going to round up, all right? And what I'm going to be talking about is how to start, all right? I know, like someone said, oh, great, let me answer that question that someone said. I'm just beginning. My fear is how and where in the world can I break through in real estate? Okay, this question is big. It's so big. First thing is fear. So let's tackle fear. All right. If you want to do something worthwhile, normally you need to have fear. In fact, you have to have fear. It's guaranteed. But would you use because of fear not do what you have to do? All right. People who have done great things, people who have done things tangible, they did it being afraid. All right. So you see somebody like I remember one video I shot one time. A lot of things you did that made sense, you did it afraid. So that's the question I'm answering to Chukwemeka. You do it afraid. All right. It's not something that you will start and be like, I won't have challenge. No, you just do it regardless. But when you have steps and strategies on what to do, all right, what are the daily steps or daily activities I have to do every day, all right? What are the things I am supposed to be posting and talking about as a beginner? It's not something that is difficult, all right? Maybe you are afraid of the camera, like I said earlier on. You get used to camera, right? Put a mirror, get your phone, talk to yourself. That is you being comfortable with your voice and with your face. Okay, those are the tiny little steps that will help you literally break out of that fear, right? Then fear is one thing, then believing in yourself is another. Because with believing in yourself, like I said, you'll be doing the thing and you're afraid, but you still do it, right? It's like going for somebody reaching out to you for the first time. You are happy. Yeah, wow, somebody just saw my video and reached out to me. So the next step is, what would I say and what would I not say to pursue this person? All right. So it becomes another fear on its own. You are walking, it feels like you're walking on eggshells. Like, how would I say things that this person will not maybe stop calling me or stop responding to me? All right. But the point is that regardless, you show. Okay. So even if the first one doesn't happen, you believe that you've learned something that you implement in the next case. Okay. So we show up with all the things you are seeing us do. You are doing it afraid, though. That's the truth. So better stand up and do what you have to do afraid. Did I answer the question, Chukwemeka? Chukwemeka is there? Yeah. Nkem hello. Good to have you, Nkem. All right. Embrace growth. Yes, embrace growth, Kevin. Thank you for that. Get trained. If you have to literally as you are getting trained, like I said, getting trained is one thing, then implementing is another. It's always another. It's another ball game entirely. So as you get trained, Mr. Jeff will always say it's not just about writing notes, it's about the action point you are going with. Right. So after taking this note, what would I start doing today because of what I've heard? Right. That's what you should look out for. That's your action steps. That's what you should start doing. Okay. One thing that helps people, like I said, is a community of people. I've seen people break through because they had challenges. Somebody tells them, in fact, I'm currently running a challenge where if you don't post that day, they remove you or you pay 1K. So the teacher is not even waiting for your 1K, he'll just yank you out of the group. So it makes you to think of something to post. Think of something you edit, you post, you create the video, edit and post before a certain time in the day. So those kind of things can pull you out of your shell. That's why challenges are part of life. In fact, if challenges come to you, embrace it and know that it's going to help you grow. I don't know why I keep saying growth, but it's okay. Growth is part of life already, right? Choose your market, all right. If it's land, focus on land, right? If it's something for a period of maybe let's say land banking projects to a certain amount, stick on it, all right. There are some people that have faced just land banking, all right, and they built a name there. Then eventually they can move to something else. Okay, that's how these things are. But if you are doing a lot of things at the same time, at some point you become scattered, right? But if you choose one or two things you can start with, especially as a beginner, then it will help you, all right, stay coordinated, build on the niche. The truth is that every niche is broad. We've not even tapped it yet. We have not, especially in real estate in Nigeria, we have not. But imagine more of trainings, more of studies, more of going for knowledge. It will help you expose you to a lot of truths that you are not aware of. Then let's talk about people who don't know how to stay online, who doesn't know how to. Okay, that's not supposed to be my part. Mr. Toby Wazo is going to be taking us on the topic on how to create content that sells. All right, so what am I going to talk about? Right, that's where Mr. Toby Wazo will be also teaching us on how to create content that sell. In the world of AI now, people AI is literally making the world easy, right? When it comes to content, all right? Unless you don't know the right prompts to use, or unless you don't know how to key in the right things. But how would you even know if you've not been taught? Okay, I know some people catch things here and there, but if you don't follow the right people, if you don't ask the right questions, it feels like the AI that has been given to us to help us is not even helping us. So creating content that sells is another topic on its own. And if you want to create content that sell, both videos, both written, and all that, carousels, you have to also be ready for Mr. Toby Nwanzo's class. Ma, you are looking so beautiful. Can I know your secrets? What a wow. I hope you're paying attention. Thank you very much, Ideal Properties. I appreciate that. So that being said, build trust with your audience. Your audience is like your target market. What I've noticed also online is that sometimes you post something, if you see your analytics, you see that a lot of people saw that post, but maybe the reactions that you got, maybe the likes or the shares or the comments, they're not in there. So someone now said you should keep showing up. People are watching, they may not have to comment or say anything. All right, someone will say that it's also necessary that for you to stay consistent, because some people are watching you to know that are you sure this person will not, in the middle of collecting my money, the person will just leave and go and sell something else. So they want to see how you have tenacity to go on this journey. So that's consistency. That's how you build trust with your audience too, right? Then, like I said before, you have to embrace growth and know that growing personally is something you have to do. Because if you don't grow personally, people come in contact with you, they don't even know, they can't even feel value or get value from you, right? So now the first thing about realtors bootcamp that we have to know. Any questions, please, if you have any question, let's know in the comment section, and then I can read it out and answer. Right? Basically, I talked about the topic how to start and thrive in real estate marketing. Now that you've started, like I said earlier on, thriving is another game changer, right? Eventually, you've started. What is it that you continuously do to thrive? What are those steps that you have to continuously take for you to thrive? Thrive can also mean that you are scaling. Thriving can also mean that you are consistently hitting your financial goals, especially if you have financial goals. All right, is in learning and growing that it will help you know that you have to set some goals for yourself. It will help you know that, oh, am I doing the right thing, or is it something I need to tweak? Am I just shooting randomly? I don't even have a target. I'm just doing things because people are doing it. So in thriving, you have to pay attention to your your audience. You have to pay attention to what people are asking. So a lot of times people watch your video and make a comment on that. All right. Another thing that has also I've noticed that people also ask questions maybe on Google. Those questions I write them down and eventually create videos about it. Right? Because there are questions people keep asking online. People keep asking questions regarding real estate. So in thriving in real estate, you have to answer the questions in people's heart. There are a lot of questions that people have in their heart regarding real estate. So if you are able to know those questions, then should create content around it. It feels like you are meeting them at the point of their need, and eventually you will become their preferred option. So for you to thrive, you have to consistently also show up. All right, because in showing up, people know that this person is real. It's not someone that will take our money and disappear and we can't even assess the person. The next thing is that you have to be reachable. All right, sometimes people don't really like their phone. All right, so somebody reaches out to you and the next time you're responding to them is maybe 5 hours later or 7 hours later. So somebody wants to ask a question immediately, you have to be available to respond to the person. Okay, because you want someone to know that you are reachable. Okay, there's something also that Mr. Jeff always talks about. So when someone calls you, especially if you are lying down or you are doing something, maybe you are working, especially if you are working, you are doing something, a call comes in and you don't know the person, your voice should communicate warmth or reception. Don't use the bedroom voice or the tired voice to respond to someone you don't know. All right. It has happened to me before. The person now said, oh, can I call you back later? It feels like this is not the right time. I now realize I said, oh, sorry, sir. I'm very sorry. Okay, let me step out so that I can answer you. Do you understand? So you have to have energy to receive what you are looking out for, especially with people you don't know. Remember also that real estate is something that people who reach out to you, they barely know you. They don't know you. So for someone to see your number somewhere and reach out to call you is something that is worth studying. It's something that is amazing. So when that person now reaches out, how do you take it up from there? So don't allow your physical status or how you feel at the time to also pass the wrong message. That is how you thrive. That is how you also grow in this business. Then the next thing is paying attention. I'm talking about the thriving now, paying attention. Okay, sometimes we talk too much that you can talk yourself out of a sale. So listen more, right? Sometimes they say a lot, the clients or the prospects say a lot of things. You have to pay attention to know what they are really saying. Some people they have the money, but they want to know that whatever it is they are putting it worth it. So how do you listen to their questions or what they are looking out for and bring solutions to it? Listen to them, like literally listen. And listening is an act. A lot of us don't know how to listen. That's the truth. No, I'm not coming for you, but that is the truth. So listening is an act. There's a book on about that. The act of being calm for someone else to speak, for you to listen. You don't speak to talk, you speak to understand the person. So this is an act entirely. All right. So when you've listened to what someone is saying, you are now able to propose solution. Remember the example I gave in the beginning of a medical doctor. Sometimes when you get to speak with them, they ask you questions. Maybe you say, "Oh, I'm having a headache," and they're asking you if it's paining in your stomach. You're not wondering what's the relationship between my stomach and my headache. Right? But they want to know. They're asking you questions to know, understand what really is the problem. That's how you also, because you're a consultant, you ask questions, you listen. The more you ask further questions to these prospects or clients, the more they expose their fears, their uncertainties, right? The things that they fear the most, and you can now propose solution. It's easier that way. It's very easy, right? So in thriving also, you have to show empathy. You show empathy, right? Sometimes our character can give up as someone who doesn't care, right? Let me just collect your money and go, right? Show empathy, make the person know that, oh, I value that you are trusting me with this business. And when the business clicks, don't move on to the next person. Have a system to nurture these people who have bought from you. All right, have a system. I know some people who have had repeat sales from their previous clients. Why? Because they have a system of nurturing the people who have bought from them, right? Have a system like maybe a monthly message to them, paying attention to their birthdays. You can create a Google sheet and send to people who have bought from you. All right. Yeah, pay attention. Send the Google sheet to them, they fill it, and you have their data sheet or their database that you can be aware of their maybe their wedding anniversary, their birthdays, and all that. They now know that this business relationship is not just about business again, it's now more intimate, as the case may be. Right? If you found value up to this point, please let me know in the comment section as I round up this session. Any questions so far? Any other question? Any other question? Thank you guys for coming, Roy. Ideal Properties, Nkem, Kelvin Medici, good to have you. Jacinta, all right. Michael, Priscilla, Chukwemeka, and the rest of you, and all other. Okay, so much value. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. That being said, I'm officially also welcoming us to the next to Realtors Bootcamp 2.0. Okay, it's an event, it's a life transforming event. I would say it's somewhere you can pick up so many lessons that can help you start and also thrive in real estate. And you don't get to a point and be like, oh, I know so much already and I don't have to learn further. No, it's something that you always pay attention to. All right. So this is that training for the year. And also bearing in mind that that's June, right? And that's the mid part of the year. Okay. So from January to June, how far have you evaluated your life? How far are you doing so well? Do you want more? Is there something that you want to tweak on or work on? All those things are the things that we're going to be handling in Realtors Bootcamp. Okay. I know some people, like I said, they will start and eventually if they don't make sense, they'll just fall out and be like, oh, let me kukuma go and sell something else that can be giving me money. So if you don't have that strong why, you fall out. But if you have a strong reason, then this is the time where you have to up your game. And upping your game is being at Realtors Bootcamp 2.0. That being said, that brings us, thank you, Mr. Jeff Anoze, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity also. All right, this training will be here on Realtors School. Kindly pick up the link and also share to people you think needs it. Because I also noticed that a lot of people are in the phase where they want to do something, but they don't know how to start. So this video can also help them scale or start and scale in this real estate business. Right? Till I come your way again, we are also coming on live again, same time, same venue, on and we're going to talk about something else differently that will help us in our real estate. Right? Oh, thank you, Nancy. I'm grateful. Right. That'll be all for now. Bye, everybody.